Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another segment of Alive at 5 here on the Veteran Influencers Network. Once again, it's your host, Chris Levine. And today we're going to switch up the subjects a little bit, but it's still going to allow your minds to kind of truly think outside the box, uh, but also really elaborate on some of the things that you think about doing down in the future if you had things your way. And before we get to this, as always, do me a favor, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you guys share it out if you do believe that this content will give somebody something that they can go off of. And don't forget to comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. But so the question for today is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live and why? If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live and why? Now, hey, maybe some of you guys or most of you guys are content with where you live and you don't have some obsession with picking a fancy spot or picking some different spot and you're just content with wherever you're at is where you live. You don't say to each their own. I'm not here to hate on that. But let's be honest, not everybody is where they want to be. And if people had it their way, a lot of people would move from where they're currently at. And I'm here to kind of like see what your mindset is when it comes to that. Are you content with where you're at now? Would you consider moving to somewhere like Paris where a lot of people seem to want to live? You hear about it all the time, right? The romance capital of the world. You know, when you think of Paris, you think of fancy, rich, elegant, expensive. Maybe that's somewhere you would want to live. But why though? Like, what would be your reasoning behind that? Not that there's anything wrong with it. But for those of you guys that would pick Paris, let me know. Maybe you would pick the Bahamas. Now, I haven't personally been there, but I know people that actually are from there. And from what I heard about the Bahamas is a lot of it is mostly tourism, but I don't want to speak too much on it. But I wanted to give you guys 4 examples of names that pop up when it comes to desirable spots that people might want to live in. So, I mean, would you want to live in the Bahamas? I mean, I see pictures all over the place. I see people like vacationing there. What's the price like? Is that the type of lifestyle that you're trying to live? Are you trying to escape something and maybe you just want to be around the water all the time? Maybe you want to be around, that type of lifestyle, that environment. What about Australia? Now, I've been to Australia a couple times, but I did a little bit of searching, talked to a few people, and Australia is definitely a desirable location that a lot of people would choose to live. And I mean, I haven't explored Australia completely, but some of the things that was interesting to me is to see my first kangaroo in person, to see my first. Um, I always forget the name of the smaller version of the kangaroos, and I always get corrected. That's not a kangaroo. I can never remember the damn name for it, so I apologize. But seeing them in person in mass, I'm talking hundreds of them in one spot, was crazy. So maybe Australia was, maybe Australia was a place that you would consider living if you could live anywhere in the world. Have you guys been to Australia before? Have you guys been to any of these places that I've said so far? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm definitely interested in hearing about your experience in going to these places. And what about Japan? I've I've had the luxury of traveling to a few different spots in Japan, and Japan was listed as one of the top 10 desirable spots. Well, Osaka was, but have you guys ever been to Japan before? Have any of you? Are you considering going, or did you ever plan on making a trip out there? What have you heard about Japan? Does it does it sound like an interesting place if you haven't been there? I want to know. Let me know in the comment section. You know, the couple spots that I went to in Japan were definitely a great time. The food is amazing. The people are absolutely amazing. The environment, just so many things about Japan were just an amazing adventure. And I am so glad and so blessed that I went. And I don't know many people that have been to Iwakuni or even Okinawa that had a bad experience with Japan. So if you ever get an opportunity to talk to some people that have been in Japan and see what their opinion on it is there another place that you were thinking about? I think they had like New Zealand and a couple other places, but I don't know anything about New Zealand to be honest. You know, it's coming up with these topics. I find it a little bit hard to answer because I try not to think about the question until I'm actually live, like right now, because I want to give a spontaneous answer, not some long thought out that I sat there forever and thought about. No, no. I want to give you guys an actual answer here. And if I can be anywhere, I would say in the United States, if I had to pick a state, you know, based solely off of like environment and, you know, that specific state, not because any particular person is in any location, I would probably say Texas. And I'm not saying that because I'm sure there's like a million Texas fans out there, but Texas is the only state that people from I've never heard one person that's from Texas say anything negative about Texas. Like that's the only state. So I just figure I need to check it out. You know, I heard there's good land out there, and I'm all about the open space, lots of animals, and I heard the fishing is amazing. So if I had to pick the United States, I would say Texas. But as far as another location, I think at some point I would like to go back to Bermuda. I lived there for about 3 years or so when I was growing up, and it was definitely an interesting spot. Very beautiful, small island. Rainstorms were crazy though. I don't know. But I think at some point, I want to go back there just to kind of visit, see what things look like, take some pictures. You know, I don't really travel much, but I don't know. I don't think I have any like specific place outside of the United States that I desire to live. Um, I mean, some places that I like the people and you know what I guess you say what they stand for, how they greet people, you know how good they are, like their local people are to the people that are visiting. Is I like Thailand. I love the food there. The people are great. Um, the Philippines was amazing. They have great people that are over there. Hospitality is like crazy. Um, and like I said, Japan, Australia was nice. The people were really good. Um, and Guam was nice too. But I'll let you guys decide because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this one a little bit more. But you guys decide. Let me know in the comment section down below if you can live anywhere in the world. Where would it be and why? I'm very curious to seeing your mind state. Is it because you would save money because the housing would be cheaper? Is it because you want a bigger backyard for your family and you want to have a bigger family, you know, for them to be able to enjoy it? Is it because you have family that lives in that state and you want to move there to be closer to the rest of your family? You decide. Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're going to continue to improve 2022. So many things in the works. Got a couple surprises for you guys, but thank you guys so much for supporting Alive at 5. And next week, we'll have it back to where we have like all the editing and everything. But right now, we're going to put out the raw footage. We'll have it on Facebook and YouTube. But thank you guys so much for supporting. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.